The Hivemapper is the world's first crypto miner dashcam that allows anyone to earn crypto while driving. The dashcam maps the world around you and makes the data available to map consumers and businesses via a set of APIs in real time. This decentralized global map will be the first of its kind and one that centralized companies in the space can simply not compete with. It has been reported that Uber paid Google Maps $58 million between 2016 and 2018 for the use of their maps. You might expect Google to be delivering the highest quality maps for a price like that, but a quick look at this intersection in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn on Google Maps shows the image and data has not been updated or refreshed since 2017. That's quite a while ago for the most populated borough in the most populated city in the United States. The Hivemapper crypto incentive model will deliver a significantly higher quality map that is decentralized and community owned. The use cases today are obvious, and future use cases are even more interesting. Let's take a look at the details in today's video. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way in. It really helps support the channel. Super exciting video for you guys today. One of the most interesting and exciting opportunities I have seen in the crypto space in a long time. And on top of that, it is a chance to get in extremely early. The beta launch is in about 2 weeks. The newly designed Hivemapper Dashcam S is on pre-order right now. And this network is looking to disrupt a billion-dollar industry that is currently owned and operated by the largest enterprise tech companies around the world. But as I mentioned in the intro, it appears that Hivemapper can do a significantly better job than the Google Maps of today are doing.
This is bad. This is very bad.
And best of all, it gives all of us an opportunity to jump in, get involved, own a part of these maps, and get paid in the native honey token for doing it. In today's video, we are going to go through what Hivemapper is, what the dashcam does, why it's so valuable, how it works, and how to get involved today. But now, guys, before we jump into the details surrounding Hivemapper, the network, the crypto incentive model, and the dashcam, I do want to emphasize how early it is in the Hivemapper lifecycle. Right now, the beta launch is in about 2 weeks, and every Hivemapper Dashcam and Hivemapper Dashcam S that is pre-ordered before January 15th, 2023 will receive an airdrop of 500 honey tokens.
Honey.
At the time of dashcam activation. I think this is a huge opportunity here in the crypto space, one of the most interesting and compelling that I have seen in a while. That is why we are covering it and will likely be covering it pretty consistently moving forward. So if you guys are interested, by the end of this video, you guys can pre-order the Hivemapper Dashcam or Dashcam S and use code COMP10 at checkout for 10% off. So guys, to quickly understand how the dashcam works and why it is such an improved version of what exists today, let's take a look here at the Hivemapper website. As we can see, these are some of the images from cameras. There's no real surprise there. Obviously, higher resolution, every perspective. But the big thing here, by far the most important and differentiating factor here with Hivemapper, is this first bullet here: fresher map imagery from ground level via one powerful and simple API. And that is because now anybody who is driving, whether it is a fleet of vehicles, whether it is a guy driving to work or a woman driving to work, anybody driving anywhere can now refresh the map that can then be leveraged by other businesses and map consumers all around the world. And the beauty of that is that there are thousands of cars, if not tens of thousands of cars a day driving on some roads. So the use cases for these maps is going to be significantly higher. And even now, if people want to pay or companies want to pay for maps at a given period in time, Hivemapper will have the ability to actually go back, capture those images that they need from that specific time and day, and reward the person who provided that imagery with honey tokens accordingly. Now, if you guys just think about how complex the road system is, or how often there is construction or new buildings or new off-ramps, the need for updated imagery and updated data is so critical for companies like UPS, DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, DHL, FedEx. These companies are constantly on the road, and that data is critical to their day-to-day operations and having their companies run efficiently. Hivemapper here goes on to even address some other obvious issues with today's mapping systems that are mostly provided by Google Maps. Of course, missing addresses, one address, multiple locations, complex drop-off and pickup locations, commercial delivery entrances. All of these we usually don't think of on a day-to-day basis, but to logistics companies and companies that are delivering products to customers, this type of information is critical to prevent supply chain delays and issues. And it's pretty amazing to think that even today, with such outdated and periodic data, that companies are still paying so much money for these services. And even more so, it's ironic because Uber is the company with the cars that are on the roads. So if they were actually just capturing that data themselves, or with a Hivemapper Dashcam, they can actually provide a far better service than what they are paying Google for. Google has a limited number of drivers and vehicles that can drive around the road every day all across the country and across the world. So there is no way for Google to be on every road every week or every month, no less every day. So this technology and this network that can be built via the crypto incentive model is a far superior product. Now, the pricing here on the Hivemapper website is also really interesting to think about. If we scroll down a little bit, we can see that here's an example pricing for popular cities in the United States. Here we can see Seattle, Miami, London, Madrid. Now, in this example, it is showing how if there was a company who wanted to capture all of the data that Hivemapper has collected in Seattle, Washington, they have an estimated quote price here of $47,725 and an equivalent amount of map credit. But this gives you an idea of how a company, let's say DoorDash, would go and purchase map credits and acquire that map data. Of course, every city that they are operating in, they would purchase that location, and therefore they would be connected to the data that Hivemapper has that is constantly being refreshed by everyone providing real-time data via their Hivemapper Dashcams. Now, one of my favorite parts about this whole ecosystem and this whole network is how simple and user-friendly this Dashcam is, which provides a very low barrier of entry for people that are looking to earn crypto. As you can see inside of the Dashcam S, we can see there's the Hivemapper Dashcam, a cigarette lighter with both USB-A and USB-C ports, a USB-C power cord, 128 gigabyte USB drive for video storage, and the mount assembly for attaching the Hivemapper Dashcam to your vehicle. This is extraordinarily simple and straightforward. This Hivemapper Dashcam does connect to an app on your phone where you can then track your honey tokens and do a variety of other things that you might be interested in. But ultimately, this is extraordinarily simple and certainly should not scare away anyone who is not tremendously tech savvy. Now, guys, I do want to touch on a few things here that are a little bit more technical, but are super interesting, that are specific to the Hivemapper network. And after I go through a few of these things, you will see that it's obvious that Hivemapper has taken some pointers from other crypto incentive models such as Helium. Since Helium has grown and scaled so rapidly, and in some cases has had to backtrack and reestablish the correct way of doing certain things, Hivemapper has been able to learn from that and establish proper guidelines and procedures and network economics from the very beginning. So guys, as we can see here, this is a very clear diagram as to how the ecosystem works from a very high level. On one side, you have the contributors, which are the miners or the people contributing to creating the map. And on the other side, you have the map consumers. This would be, for example, Uber Eats, DoorDash, UPS, those types of companies. And in the middle, of course, we have the fresh global data. As consumers need access to the map data, they burn existing honey tokens. In turn, the equivalent amount of honey tokens are rewarded to contributors and so forth. That is sort of how the cycle of the network works. Here is a quick overview of the phases of the Hivemapper network. We are currently about to approach the beta launch in about 2 weeks. You can pause the video and go through these phases just to get an idea of where we are and what to expect moving forward. I will link all of this stuff down below so you guys can come and check this out for yourself. I just want to touch on the major points here. Now, they also provide a breakdown of how the honey tokens will be distributed amongst map contributors, validators, annotators, and processors. As we can see here, 70% of the allocation goes to map coverage and quality, and there is a split amongst the rest, the largest being the map consumption after the map coverage. Now, here is a breakdown of the honey token distribution over time. I think the important thing here is that map consumption gets larger over time and the map coverage and quality gets a little bit smaller over time. Now, interestingly enough, the map coverage is designed to reward and incentivize different areas of the map differently. As we can see here, map coverage is incentivized by rewarding route novelty, region demand, map consumption, and other signals such as annotation rewards and driver staking fees. An example down here shows how route novelty will earn more rewards than retracing the same route over and over. This is very interesting for people who take different routes or a little bit more obscure routes than other people, but it's nice to see that they have thought about all of this before the actual network launch, and they have worked out the protocol and the economics behind how people will be rewarded and how they will incentivize new and different coverage rather than the same coverage over and over. Now, they go as far as to say that images that provide a clearer view earn a higher multiple than imagery that does not. So the clarity of the image or of the view is also factored into the multiplier on honey token rewards. Now, lastly, they have also included some future areas that they are thinking about expanding into over time as the hardware and the network evolve. As we can see, there are additional imagery sensors such as 360-degree cameras for street level. There is supporting for collecting imagery from scooters and bikes to support high-quality maps for alternative transportation modalities. Of course, we know how bike lanes in major cities are becoming so popular. So of course, there would be a lot of demand for high-quality and up-to-date data such as bike lanes or scooter lane data. Use of air quality sensors to incorporate air quality data into the map. Now, I know a lot of people that might be familiar with this channel, their ears might be ringing because they might be thinking of how the Helium network could integrate very well into the Hivemapper network that could be leveraging air quality sensors. So that is also very interesting. And of course, the compatibility for these two networks is undeniable. And they list a few more examples down here. Guys, that was a very high level overview of what the Hivemapper network is and what the Dashcam can do and the reasons why people are speculating that this can be an incredibly valuable network. Again, if you guys are interested, there is a 10% off code down below that you can apply at checkout. You will get 10% off either the Dashcam or the Dashcam S pre-order, and any orders between now and January 15th will earn 500 honey tokens at the time of Dashcam activation. Guys, thank you so much for being here and thank you for watching until the end. Please leave any questions or comments down below. Like and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. I would imagine that there will be more videos here regarding the Hivemapper network evolution. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Again, any comments, please leave them down below. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not already. But just like that, this video is over and I will see you next time.